Halo Lur, selamat datang kembali di channel To Be Ak. Apa kabar semuanya hari ini? Admin doakan semua dalam keadaan sehat. Amin. Kali ini, kita akan menyaksikan reaksi dari 4 reaktor saat memeriksa Alipbata My Heart Will Go On. Mari kita mulai Lur.
Into Alip Ba Ta, My Heart Will Go On. This is from Titanic movie, Celine Dion cover. He's going to play a flute and the guitar, and I can't wait. Let's get in.
Collect myself a little bit. So not only so I did get a few comments of people telling me not to react to this because they're like, oh no, you're a flutist, don't react to it. I am going to admit right now, I am not a huge fan of the recorder, mainly just because this is kind of an Americanized thing, but in the education system in America, a lot of times elementary music, they give kids recorders. I don't know if you've ever given a child a recorder, but the disaster that can come from that can be catastrophic on your ears, okay? Obviously, there is a correct way to play the recorder, and it can be gorgeous. And this is a prime example of gorgeousness of a recorder. I believe in the original version of My Heart Will Go On, they actually use a tin whistle. So a tin whistle is just basically, it's almost similar to a recorder, except it's just made of metal, and can be metal all the way through, or can have a plastic.
No way. I'm so sorry. How? This man is doing the recorder and the guitar part. The guitar part with one hand and the recorder with the other. Stop. Stop. This man never ceases to amaze me. Wow.
okay, as loath as I am to pause this, because this is beautiful, beautiful guitar playing. He's done so many cool things. If I don't start to point them out, I will just forget. So what he's doing is hammer-ons from nowhere. He's got some incredible left-hand strength, so he's just hitting the notes just with one hand. He's not even needing to pick them.
I can't help but laugh. It's so freaking talented. But I had no idea what he was going to do with the flute. He played it, and I was going, oh, this is cool. He's probably going to keep it in his hand the whole time. And he just puts it between his toes and plays. The man's a genius at playing guitar. He's a genius at working with what he has. I'm just amazed. My mind's blown. He cracks me up. This is awesome.
That he was able to actually play the guitar with one hand. I can't. Especially because these are some bar chords, not some easy little... He's like he's hammering on so intense and pulling off so intensely that he's actually able to ring out sound on his guitar. I'm shook, already blown away, and he's also keeping time with two instruments. Two very different ones.
So before I forget, this is almost a mental note to myself more than anything else. He's adding some really cool harmonies over the line as well. He did a little line in 6 there, did this kind of like type slide, which is something you'd maybe more expect from like a Steve Cropper, one of those kind of old R&B session type guitarists.
This transition right here. Let's see if I can find it. These transitions here, that pinky at the very top, crazy.
Mouthpiece, but it's played as if the same as a recorder. It's a whistle style instrument. So recorder normally is played 3 fingers on the 3 holes on top, 3 fingers on the 3 holes on the bottom, and then there is a pinky hole that has 2 holes on it, and then there's also a hole on the back. What's cool of what he's doing here is that he's using his first 4 fingers on his right hand to play the song. And what's incredible is that that's already backwards, because typically the left hand goes over the right, but his right hand is doing the playing. That makes my mind want to explode, because I can't imagine playing my flute this direction instead of this direction. So already, what? And then he uses his, I think, either ring finger or his middle finger to get the higher pitch. He lifts the recorder off of his thumb to raise to the octave or raise to a higher pitch. There's so much coordination there, and I'm not surprised.
He's the best. I'm sorry. I can't. It's so good that he can, let alone play 2 music instruments at the same time, still catch all the nuances of the song, and make it look effortless. I'm amazed. I love watching this guy. I love listening to him. He's got something special. It's crazy.
So you're getting a little head slang as well. Great way of building the dynamic of a song. bends I talked about before. Beautiful, beautiful arrangement. Those are the sixths again. Keeping that rhythm throughout.
No way, he takes it back. Hold on, we need to break this down, guys. As a guitar player, I'm always enthralled, impressed, and honestly entranced by this man. But I would just like to say that the arrangement, like his arrangements are crazy beyond belief. It's something that I couldn't even dream up. And it's something that I didn't even think could be possible with how much shape movement is occurring in his left hand is actually...
Because he's extremely coordinated playing guitar, so obviously he's got to have the coordination to play the recorder. So also, it's just, this is beautiful. This is gorgeous, like absolutely gorgeous. I do want to go back a little bit.
Types of charm. Right, so I probably edited lots of attempts of me feebly trying to do it out there. But in terms of sheer technique, this is really clever because as guitarists, you learn to mute these strings so they don't ring out by mistake. So you're having to break the programming of like a kind of guitar technique to play this properly. And then also what I tend to do is like mute the string with these fingers if I was picking, but you can't do that again. Man, this is a great workaround.
See, that was a whole, like, we could break this down already. The slides too. That was a perfect example of a hammer-on right here. Doo-doo. Chris did like doo-doo. That slide, and then he goes back for the recorder. No way. Oh, here's some percussive elements added in now.
Wait, before he starts with the solo again. So there are a lot of interesting techniques happening here. And again, I am a self-taught chord only playing kind of guitarist. I can pick this much. We're about to see it here in a second. Like when you look at what's happening here, like I want to go back to this middle portion because he changes things up a little bit, just a little bit, enough to give it a different flavor. But like the first time he plays the verses, there's like already a lot of techniques happening, like unbeknownst to my peanut brain, just so distracted by the fact that he's playing the recorder with the right hand because flute brain kicked in. He's doing hammer-ons to get the bass line underneath.
I've been taught as well is utilizing your pinky to kind of reach and create these more interesting chords, or kind of like throw in a few extra notes that just kind of make it sound like a more three-dimensional piece. So I always love that he's utilizing his pinky in these scenarios, and also it does help to utilize it because then you don't have to move your shape as much and you can kind of stay a little bit more in the same area. But obviously in this scenario he's literally still going up and down like crazy, but the power in his left hand is something that's actually really astronomical because first off, well, his wrist, his hand in general, he has like this ability to just reach.
In a minute he does it.
that he's putting the flute in his feet as well. That's great. And aside from playing these two instruments, he's coordinating them together, which is easier said than done. Breath control alone can be incredibly difficult. I'm gonna have to put that back. I think he might have strummed the guitar with the recorder and moved his capo up, so he's changed key. Oh man, that was incredible. Let's look at that again. So by moving the capo up, he's moved the pitch of everything higher, so it gives the song an extra lift for the kind of final time through, which I think was what we're getting here.
I'm still not over that. That's crazy to me. Like, stop. This beautiful section. This delicate, angelic. We had some strumming in there to add intensity.
He did. He moved it down. He did fast.
Keempat reaktor duduk dengan penuh perhatian saat Alip Ba Ta memulai penampilannya membawakan My Heart Will Go On. Mereka tak bisa menahan diri untuk tidak terkesima begitu alunan pertama terdengar. Petikan gitar Alip yang begitu halus membawa suasana yang sangat lembut, seolah menciptakan ruang yang intim dan menenangkan. Setiap reaktor terlihat terpukau oleh bagaimana Alip mampu menginterpretasikan lagu yang begitu ikonik ini hanya dengan gitar akustiknya. Saat melodi mulai berkembang, mereka mengamati bagaimana Alip dengan lihai memadukan nada-nada lembut yang mengalir dengan sempurna, menciptakan versi instrumental yang sangat menyentuh hati. Salah satu reaktor menyebut bahwa Alip Ba Ta seolah memberikan sentuhan pribadi pada lagu yang sangat dikenal ini, membuatnya terdengar baru dan segar, namun tetap mempertahankan emosi aslinya. Para reaktor juga kagum dengan ketepatan dan kepekaan yang ditunjukkan Alip dalam setiap petikan senarnya. Setiap nada terdengar begitu jernih, membawa penonton ke dalam perjalanan emosional yang tak terelakkan. Mereka bahkan merasa bahwa meskipun tanpa vokal, permainan gitar Alip Ba Ta mampu menyampaikan rasa cinta dan kehilangan yang begitu mendalam, sesuai dengan tema besar lagu ini. Saat mencapai bagian klimaks, keempat reaktor seolah tak bisa berkata-kata. Mereka hanya bisa mengangguk dan saling bertukar pandang, seolah semua sepakat bahwa Alip Ba Ta telah melakukan sesuatu yang sangat luar biasa. Salah satu dari mereka bahkan berkomentar bahwa jarang sekali ada gitaris yang bisa membuat lagu sekompleks ini terasa begitu mudah dimainkan, namun tetap penuh dengan emosi. Mereka kemudian memperhatikan detail teknik yang digunakan Alip Ba Ta. Para reaktor memuji keterampilan fingerstyle Alip yang begitu elegan dan bersih. Cara dia memainkan harmoni dan melodi secara bersamaan membuat setiap bagian lagu terasa utuh dan lengkap, seolah ada seluruh orkestra yang bermain, padahal hanya seorang pria dan gitarnya. Seiring penampilan mendekati akhir, mereka semua merasa bahwa Alip Ba Ta telah berhasil menangkap esensi emosional dari My Heart Will Go On. Tetapi dengan cara yang lebih personal dan intim, ini bukan hanya sekadar cover, tetapi lebih seperti reinterpretasi yang membawa keindahan dan kedalaman baru ke dalam lagu yang telah dikenal banyak orang. Keempat reaktor tampak sangat terkesan dengan bagaimana Alip membawa sentuhan emosional yang begitu mendalam. Ketika penampilan berakhir, para reaktor tampak terdiam sejenak, merenungi pengalaman mendengarkan yang baru saja mereka alami. Bagi mereka, ini bukan sekadar permainan gitar biasa, Alip Ba Ta telah menunjukkan bagaimana sebuah lagu bisa menjadi medium untuk mengekspresikan perasaan yang paling dalam, tanpa perlu kata-kata. Mereka semua sepakat bahwa Alip Ba Ta adalah seorang musisi luar biasa yang mampu menjadikan setiap lagu sebuah karya seni yang hidup. Itulah lur untuk reaksi kali ini. Sampai jumpa lagi di video selanjutnya bersama channel 2BAK. Admin ucapkan terima kasih banyak telah menonton.